Hello, my name is Jylene Morgan. I am an educator, an author, and a lifelong reader. And I'm going to talk to you today about reading because reading is very, very important to me in my life. I don't remember when I learned to read. I just feel like I have always known how to read. And I was raised in Louisville, Idaho. It's a very, very small community but no bookstores. But I always seemed to manage to find something to read. And I read stories about Flash Garden and Popeye and Panda and things like that, just anything to read. And then at Christmas time, my mother would go into Idaho Falls and she would buy me a Nancy Drew book. She supported my reading by always purchasing me a book. And then when I got old enough to go to school, we did not have a central library there. But one of my best memories came when I was in the 4th grade, and we would receive once a month a big brown box full of library books. That was so exciting for me. And I would start checking those books out, and I would check them out. I think I probably read most by the end of the month. And then miraculously, here would come another box and another bunch of books. And again, I was able to go on reading. When I got into Rigby and went to the elementary school, I found out the most exciting thing about that school was that there was a central library there. And we could go in once a week and check out books. Oh, that was just wonderful. And then to top it off, there was a city library. And my friend Karen and I would go to the city library as much as we wanted and check out books to read. Oh, I was in 7th heaven. Let me tell you about my mother. My mother was a very, very kind person. I don't ever remember being disciplined much. She just loved us. But she expected a lot out of us too. And so this happened on a Saturday, and she went to work and she left a list of chores I was to do. Well, I had a lot of attentions in doing the chores, except I found a good book and I curled up and I started to read that book. And when she came in, she was angry at me. And like I say, she very seldom ever got angry. And she shook her finger at me and she said, "Jylene, you will never amount to a hill of beans until you learn to put your books down and work." We laughed about it later because actually my whole career as an educator and as a teacher and principal was based on a love of reading and teaching children a love of reading. It was just my life. And so I started to research the reading process. And when I was a teacher, I was never happy with the way we were expected to teach reading, because we were used workbooks, we used fill in the blanks, and they are still using those in many of the schools. And if you ask children, and I have asked them, they generally say they hate reading. And then we wonder, why aren't our children reading? Is what we need to advocate as homeschool parents and as teachers. We need to advocate learning a love of reading. And when children learn to love reading, then they read. And there's things out there that tell you that the best way you can get better at reading is to read. And that's the type of reading program homeschoolers you need. Read aloud to them a lot, a number of books, and also give them choices. My name is Jylene Morgan. I am a children's author. I am an educator, and a lifelong reader. Subscribe from my website about how to teach your children to love reading. You can stay connected with me on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram. Subscribe on JyleneMorgan.com.